won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now.
Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. In today's video breakdown, ladies and gentlemen, I was doing some research on banking giants and elites creating their own cryptocurrency utilizing distributed ledger technology. I'm going to show you guys in today's video breakdown how each and every single one of those banks in this headline that I found doing some research in some way, shape, or form, Ripple is connected to these banking giants and these elites who are creating their own blockchain technology that supposedly is supposed to replace Bitcoin. According to the headline, we're going to get into the details of it today. I'm going to show you guys how interconnected all of these companies and these banking elites are in some way, shape, or form, stitched together with Ripple behind the scenes. We're going to pull up some articles and some fundamentals from the early days back in 2015, 2016, and 2017. I'm going to show you guys reading some of the key features of these fundamental articles and show you all just how integrated this is. I mean, this information, it's so big and so many people will deny it. And I really, truly feel like the reason why so many people have a hard time believing that Ripple is going to be so fine stitched into our financial ecosystem in the future is, number one, because of the spread of misinformation, right? For example, all year, people have been telling people that XRP was going to moon in 2022, which put a distaste in people's mouth for XRP. You really need to truly understand that reshaping our financial infrastructure is not going to be an overnight flip of the switch thing like everybody's making it out to be. It is going to be a long, drawn out process with regulations, paperwork, everything under the sun that you can imagine. If you watch that interview with the IBM individual that I had on the YouTube channel, we talked about how not only is the plumbing being restitched, but every single CEO from the top down to the very smallest ant worker has to be retrained on blockchain technology. And if you think for 1 second that that's going to take a year, you have it completely wrong. It's going to take multitudes of years. It's happening, but it is going to take time. So as a retail investor, the best thing that we can do is stick to our guns, do our research, invest in utility driven assets, and hope for the best, right? So in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you some of that research here today. So let me share my screen with you all, pull up some of the articles that I found that led me to doing some of this research. So this is a fundamental website that I subscribe to. It's kind of expensive. It's like $25 per week to read these articles. It's kind of like investing in Bloomberg or the Wall Street Journal or whatever. American Banker. It's really great. You can maybe trial out, read some of the articles. They have lots of fundamentals that don't really get released to mainstream crypto websites like Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, and the Daily Huddle, which are free fundamental websites. So this article came out on November 28, 2022. And this is the article that led me down this rabbit hole of research. Okay. Bankers design a new blockchain that works like Bitcoin, but it's regulated. A team of technology experts within banks and technology companies have designed an anti-Bitcoin. It is the architectural drawing for a distributed ledger that borrows many of the concepts behind Bitcoin. But instead of existing outside of the government and the current banking system, the way that Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies do, this version would be used by central banks. So again, pay attention to these key phrases. I'm going to actually jot that one down because this comes into correlation with Ripple and XRP. So used, I'm going to jot this down, used by central banks. Okay. Because as CYPRX traders, we always want to be paying attention to the fine stitching, the details. Okay. So the idea is to counter the rapid rise of unregulated digital currencies with an approved, supervised form of the digital dollar, and along the way help modernize many outdated payment rails and other tech platforms used in financial services. So like I said, I can't read the whole entire article because this is a paid subscription, okay? You pay for it weekly. But so what I did is I took that headline and I went and typed it in Google. So I was like, who are these banks that are attempting to steer away from the mainstream and create their own digital coin, okay? What blockchain protocol are they going to be utilizing? Okay, so I came over here to this article. 6 banking giants just decided to partner to create a new cryptocurrency. They believe in blockchain as the future of secure, fast transactions. Damn, this webpage has a lot of pop-ups. I hate that. So we come down here. Security is one of the most critical aspects of banking and finance. Not only do banks need to keep money secure, they also have to keep transactions and records safe, all while not slowing down the verification process. We come down here, and it got me, the brain juice is flowing. I'm like, well, what freaking banks are doing this? And how, in some way, shape, or form, as always, are they connected to Ripple? This is insane. Check this out. And pay attention to the dates, because it's all, it all happened at the same time. So the digital coin, which they are calling the utility settlement coin, was developed back in 2015 by financial services firm UBS. Okay, so I have highlighted in purple all the banking institutions that are, collaborating to create this quote unquote digital coin, or this utility settlement coin. Okay, and its purpose is to enable the clearing and settling of transactions worldwide over a blockchain. It doesn't say over a blockchain that they're creating. It says over a blockchain. Okay. Again, pay attention. The devil's in the details. The 6 new banks, Barclays, Credit Suisse, the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, HSBC, MUFG, and State Street, which State Street is an asset management company, okay, for custodian, right, purposes, joins UBS and BNY Mellon and several others already on the project. So I highlighted these. We're going to jump into the rabbit hole. I'm going to show you guys how interconnected Ripple is and how these banks are literally creating a utility settlement coin on a blockchain, right? They're not just going to come out flat out and just be like, oh yeah, right? We're using Ripple. We're going to be utilizing XRP, but pay attention. This is insane. Okay. So first we're going to start on UBS. So we come over here. All right. This is straight from the ripple.com website. Okay. This headline on this website reads, several global banks join Ripple's growing network. Okay. This article is from 2016. Remember that UBS started this in 2015. Okay. So again, the dates are important. We come down here and this reads, in 2015, interesting how the dates correlate. When Ripple came out of the lab, we did more than rebrand as a company. We sharpened our focus and set our sights on long-term goals to interoperate the world's banks and make cross-border payments truly efficient. This cracks me up. Banks that join our growing network can take advantage of Ripple's distributed financial technology. And remember, in this article, it says they're going to be utilizing a blockchain, which can drastically reduce the time and cost of settlement and enable types of high volume, low value global transactions for their customers. While the use cases vary from retail remittances to corporate disbursements, geez, that's a hard word, disbursements, each of these financial institutions have successfully used Ripple to transfer real money payments and are all working to implement the technology in commercial production. Okay, so we come down here. Who is on this list? This list includes Santander, UniCredit, and UBS. Okay, so here, the first mention of these 6 mega banks that are creating this new utility settlement coin, UBS, you guys can see that back in 2015, UBS is mentioned right here. Okay, so there's that connection. That's the first one. The second one we have is Barclays. Okay, so let's go over here to this article. This is from coindesk.com. Ripple and Barclays accelerator back $1.7 million round for remittance firm. Okay, we come down here. Ripple and Barclays Tech Accelerator and other investors have backed a $1.7 million round for SendFriend, a new remnant startup that will use XRP cryptocurrency to move funds internationally. XRP is used as a liquidity vehicle for cross-border payments, enabling SendFriend to circumvent the corresponding banking system and convert USD to XRP. Remember, what are these banking institutional giants coming together to do? To create a utility settlement coin. Who's on this list? Barclays, right there. Who helped fund this new liquidity vehicle for cross-border payments utilizing XRP? Barclays. You guys see the connection, okay? We'll come over to the next one, Credit Suisse, okay? This is straight from the ripple.com website. Credit Suisse solving the problem of cross-border payments. This article came out in 2016. Okay. Credit Suisse Group is the latest global bank to agree that cross-border payments are ready for distributed financial technology. In a new 135-page report, Credit Suisse offers their research and expertise on blockchain, declaring that it will fundamentally change every aspect of banking and finance in the next 10 years. This came out in 2016. We are in 2022. People have been laughing at me that I've been telling people that this is going to take time. We are in 2022, ladies and gentlemen. They're saying 10 years. That means to 2026. That's another 4 years away. We just saw the FTX collapse and all the headlines coming out saying that that's pushing the industry back anywhere between 3 to 4 years with mainstream adoption. Do you all see how it is all pre-planned? Oh my gosh, it cracks me up. Using Ripple as an example of a platform that could enable not only cost cutting, but also increased revenues, Credit Suisse cited McKinsey affirming cross-border payments as one of the most potentially valuable applications of distributed ledger technology. It's literally saying using Ripple, okay? The report goes on to describe the use of Ripple's technology for trade finance, pointing out that the development of Bank of Singapore DPS and Standard Charter tested Ripple's distributed ledger technology in 2015. Again, when UBS started to create the utility settlement coin to improve immutability and minimize the risk of fraudulent invoicing. With this report, Credit Suisse adds to its voice to a rising chorus of experts who agree on the change the world is already beginning to see and the creation of the Internet of Value. Okay, we come over here to the next article. This one is interesting. So the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, again, they're a partner over here of this group of 6 mega banks that are creating this utility settlement coin. It says right here, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Okay, so how are they connected with Ripple? Ripple's array of partners expand as Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce joins RippleNet. The Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce and the National Bank of Australia are joining RippleNet to tap into its increasingly popular blockchain solution for cross-border payments and settlement, according to the announcement from the Ripple team. The move is a part of a wider alliance between the North American banking giants with Israel's bank to share information and innovation strategies and open up networks with startup partners. The collaboration also strengthens the potential for these banks to co-develop products and services to enhance customer experiences. Okay, it says right here, we are excited to be working with the CIBC and have already partnered with them in using Ripple's blockchain technology. And again, remember, in this article, what does it say? They're going to be utilizing a blockchain. Okay, you see how each and every single one of these banking giants are already integrated with Ripple's technology. It's literally, oh gosh, it cracks me up, man. These elites are so stupid that they drop gems like this and that people don't pick up on them because of the whole ideology behind conspiracy theories. Like, people are too embedded into the internet to believe that any of this exists because of moon boys who have been hyping everybody's dopamine all year. When people don't understand that the rise and fall of markets, this has to happen. Purges and massive liquidations events have to happen for markets to thrive. Just like it did in the early internet days, it's happening now in cryptocurrency, where nascent and illicit market participants are going to get liquidated out because these banking giants know for a fact that if they don't get them out of the market, that it's going to affect their profits later on. Okay, so next, who do we have? HSBC. Okay, I just covered the CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Now we have HSBC. HSBC executive and Swift board member joins Ripple. Okay, Ripple, the global provider of financial settlement solutions, today announced the hire of Marcus Treacher as global head of strategic accounts. Treacher brings more than 30 years of experience in the transaction banking and payment system of technology, including 12 years in global leadership roles at HSBC. He also served as a member of the global board of Swift from 2010 to 2016. Earlier in his career, Treacher served as HSBC's global head of e-commerce for transaction banking, where he led the establishment of corporate and commercial digital offerings covering internet, mobile, and Swift services. Prior to HSBC, Treacher held leadership positions at Citigroup and Accenture. This is a direct quote from Treacher himself. Since the early days of the web, I've been exploring how new technologies can impact and improve banking. Treacher said, Ripple stood out to me as a company that has both the vision and the expertise to truly transform the future of banking and payments. I'm excited to join the team during this important moment and the time where banks are starting to see the need for these advancements to better their serve customers, to better serve their customers, right? And again, who's part of this 6 banking elite groups? HSBC, okay? This is also an article or a PDF straight from the HSBC website. Okay, I'll go up to the top of this real fast just to show you guys. You guys can see HSBC Security Services. This is a PDF straight from them. Distributed Ledger Technology and Capital Markets from HSBC. And if we type in Ripple, we go down here, and it says payments. Distributed Ledger Technology can streamline. Let me maximize this for you guys. Okay, distributed ledger technology can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risks, and settlement periods. And again, they're creating a settlement coin off of a blockchain. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. This is the connection right here. Do you guys see this? XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements that use tokens that represent central bank currencies. Do you guys remember? Okay. That highlight, right? Oh, here it is right here. This version would be used by central banks, this cryptocurrency that they're attempting to use. Blockchain technology that works like Bitcoin, this version would be used by central banks. When we come over here, this is a PDF straight from HSBC that says, XRP Ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies, okay? Next, we have MUFG. Okay, MUFG joins Ripple Global Payment Steering Group. Key highlights from this article, and again, look at these articles. They're all outdated. 2017, 2016, 2015. This has been going on for quite some time. Okay, MUFG's banking arm, the Bank of Tokyo, MUFG, the 3rd largest bank in the world and the largest bank in Japan, publicly announced today that it's joining Ripple's Global Payment Steering Group as the first Japanese bank that will join the Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Santander, Standard Chartered, Westpac Banking Corporation, Royal Bank of Canada, and the CIBC, the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, in overseeing the maintenance and enhancement of payment transaction rules and formalized standards for commercial use of Ripple's network. As one of the largest banks in the world, MUFG is continually looking to utilize fintech to improve customer experience and contribute toward global expansion of financial services. They've chosen to partner with Ripple to address the pain points of existing systems and challenge of cross-border payments, including delays, costs, and lack of visibility. Additionally, Ripple's network is the only blockchain bankers network. Do you guys see this right here? Ripple's network is the only blockchain bankers network with defined rules, standards, and governance for cross-border payments. I highlighted that because that is a major sentence, okay? Everything that's going on right now surrounding the Ripple versus SEC case, surrounding everything that's happened in the cryptocurrency markets is pre-planned and pre-engineered. It is literally hilarious. In my personal opinion, I have a firm belief that in some way, shape, or form, they're going to make it so hard for retail investors to get their hands on XRP. It is going to be insane in the future, okay? Insane, because clearly XRP was not meant for retail investors, clearly, okay? This sentence right here is probably one of the biggest sentences from this video breakdown. Ripple's network is the only blockchain bankers network with defined rules, standards, and governance for cross-border payments, okay? We come over here. This is from the coinspeaker.com. Now, this is where we're going to get into the State Street Asset Management Company. So again, remember, they're not necessarily a bank. They're institutional custodians, okay? So one of the largest institutional custodians on the planet, State Street, said that a good part of its clients have a very high level of interest in cryptocurrency markets. Banking giant State Street acknowledged clients' high interest for crypto custodians, right, or crypto custody. And we know that they're part of the 6 mega banks, okay, that are participating in this utility settlement coin, right? It says right here, State Street, okay? So what I found interesting in this article, this is a little bit of a lengthy read, so just sit back and chill for a second. State Street follows BNY Mellon, a firm that holds the title of the world's largest custodian. The famous banks currently handles just over $33.12 trillion freaking dollars in assets under custody, okay? And they're telling you that their investors have an interest in cryptocurrency assets. Where do you want to be involved in? I'm just saying, okay? What do you think is going to happen when that money starts to migrate over to the digital world once we get regulatory clarity? And who is primed right now to have the only regulatory clarity in the entire cryptocurrency market? Ripple's XRP. Again, pre-planned. State Street has shown a growing interest in the world of blockchain technologies. In fact, Biancamano, I hope that I said that right, is a crucial tool in the State Street's decision to adapt to this new trend. According to the American Banker, one of the key functions of, I'm just going to call this Beyond, is State Street is precisely the development of products and services based on blockchain. One of the key hurdles to institutional players entering into the cryptocurrency space is a lack of safe and secure custody solutions. So this gets better again, because we have Ripple, the CEO, mentioning custodial digital assets directly. So check this out. Several cryptocurrency startups are working to introduce robust custody solutions and plug the bottlenecks stopping institutional entry. Smaller retail investors often use offline cold storage solutions to store digital assets securely. However, the same solution is not suitable for hedge funds and family offices operating with trillions of dollars. To store funds more than $150 in assets, $150 trillion in assets, private funds are required to have a third party like a bank acting as a custodian. The custodians are responsible for managing the cryptographic keys, allowing customers to safely access to their custodial asset holdings. And they come down here and it says, Ripple CEO, banks will custody digital assets directly. At a Singapore FinTech Festival 2018, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said, regulatory clarity and the opportunity to make money will drive banks and financial institutions to store digital assets like XRP for their customers. Notice how this came out in 2018 when Brad Garlinghouse said that. 2 years later, they were then sued by the SEC. It says right here, Brad Garlinghouse said, regulatory clarity and the opportunity to make money will drive banks. I think one of the things, this is a direct quote from Brad Garlinghouse, I think one of the things that will surprise us a year from now is that banks will be custodying digital assets directly. And I think right now, we think about that and think there's no way that's going to happen. They're too conservative. And I think what you're seeing is two things happening. One is banks are seeing that a lot of money is being made by digital asset exchanges globally. And banks are also they're also profit motivated, said Brad Garlinghouse. Okay. After Brad Garlinghouse said this, check this out. This article came out. Okay. This article says BNY Mellon reinventing payments. Okay. In a recent report titled Reinventing Payments in the Era of Modernization, Worldwide Banking and Financial Services Corporation, BNY Mellon, evinces a cautious optimism about distributed ledger technology. The report points out that challenges in the current payment infrastructure, risk to end costs, timeless customer experience, transparency, and managing information every step of the way. With customer expectations driving a need for a fully digital, cost-effective, and real-time customer experience, BNY Mellon gives a familiar advice banks, customers, and fintechs alike will be best served by collaboration. Banks can offer legacy advantages of established trust and relationship solutions. Providers can offer banks the ability to compete for customers and cut internal costs. The report suggests that if we work together as an industry, it is very possible that we can deliver the global payment experience within the next 10 years. So we see the times correlating together again, but we have a lot of work to do before then. Last but not least, this came out this year in October. Okay, where again, Brad Garlinghouse predicted this in 2018. BNY Mellon starts crypto custody services. Again, who's part of these 6 mega banks who are all interconnected with Ripple? BNY Mellon, says right here. Okay, BNY Mellon, this is the last article that I have for you all, announced that they are looking to start crypto custody services. Okay, the world's largest custodian bank and the oldest lender in the US Bank of BNY Mellon, has added cryptocurrencies to its custody service, according to the press release on Tuesday. Brad Garlinghouse called this out almost 4 years in advance in 2018 at a conference where State Street Global, okay, again, was a part of. Do you see how it's all interconnected? Okay, in some way, shape, or form, Ripple's always playing a role behind the scenes. Okay, so I thought that I'd share that all with you all today before I head out, drive down to Malibu. I apologize that I can't have the weekly Zoom call today, but I thought that I'd hop on here real fast, create a little YouTube video and give you guys, you know, a couple of little gems to drive you in this bear market. Okay. Understand what it is that you hold, do your research. As retail investors, all we can do is speculate and read these documents and hope for the best. Okay. But it's very hard to deny. Anybody that's, you know, a naysayer of Ripple technology and XRP, the cryptocurrency, their argument is very weak surrounding how they don't believe in XRP. Anybody that's pro XRP, your argument is extremely strong surrounding all the fundamentals, the articles, and the documents that you can read supporting your theory. Okay. So again, do your own personal research, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you guys enjoyed that video breakdown, that little research. Okay. Finding that article surrounding how banks are attempting to create their own utility settlement coin, and how every single participant via those 6 mega banks are in some way, shape, or form fine stitched into Ripple, the company. All right. So blessings to you guys all. I'll see you guys on probably next week, Monday or Tuesday. I'll have a Zoom call surrounding price action and whatnot. We'll break down some GBP JPY trades from this week, and we'll talk about things. All right. Blessings to you guys. Everybody take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.
I won't stop till I hear him say